Hi guys, welcome to my 1 year review of Punishing Grave Raven. Now, I've been playing this game since its initial release a little bit over a year ago, and I'm pretty much sure that you guys have noticed that I'm uploading a little bit more videos on this game recently, due to personal things. Now, I kind of want to give you an overview in case you guys were interested on what this game is, what I really think about it, its overall mechanics. It's, of course, it is a gacha game, so I'm going to talk about its gacha system. Again, what to expect for the future, character, story, content, and of course, I'm going to be suggesting a few content creators that you guys can look forward to in case you guys are a little bit more interested in Punching Gray Raven, and of course, Discords. Now, when it comes to Punching a Ray Raven, again, keep in mind I will not be making guides for Punching a Ray Raven in case, unless you guys want like something very specific. But again, I'm gonna be posting links down in the description below for content creators that have been playing this game for far longer than I have, especially from the Chinese perspective, which is about a year or so ahead of the global side. And of course, they actually know a little bit more about this game than I do. So again, I'm gonna be mentioning those content creators here in just a second. But first, let's talk about what Punching Gray Raven is. If you guys have been following me and checking out those little short clips of videos I've been making on this game, it is an action role playing game similar to Honkai Impact, and of course, I guess a little bit more similar to Devil May Cry, especially when it comes to a very specific character. I'll showcase her in just a second. Now, one of the first questions I'm always asked is that is this a free to play game or is this a pay to win? And again, if you're entering a gacha game, you can expect that there might be some pushing into pay to win than free to play. Now, when it comes to Punching a Gray Raven, though, I've never felt forced to actually pay in this game. It's always come from me. Like, you know what, Kuro Games, you guys actually make a product. You made a product that I actually like and enjoy playing. Here's $100. Again, I'm not their favorite child because I'm only like spending 50 to $100 to $100 a month. I'm not their favorite child, but at the very least, I can say, hey, thank you for making this game and actually keep in track of never changing your notion of how this game is managed. It's been the same from how it started a year ago to how it is now to how it will be in about a year and a year and so months from now. Their business practices stayed the same. So one of the first things I'm going to be showcasing is, of course, the Gacha system that is implemented into this game. And one of the things I really like about Punching Gray Raven is how consumer friendly its gacha system is. Now, just like any gacha game, of course, you have banners and you have pity systems. One of the things I like about Punching Gray Raven's pity system is that it carries over from event to event, and you can switch it anytime you want. So let's say you're about to hit the pity on a certain item or a certain character, but then decide, you know what, do I really need this character? Or maybe you decide to buy a ticket that allows you to pick a certain character and said, I just got this character through this ticket. Um, I'm just gonna switch the banner to another character that I probably may need, etc. Again, when it comes to the pity system, the A rank pity system is similar to the event pity system, and where you need a total of 60 pulls in order to pull the character that you're aiming for. Again, there are percentages drop based on the character you're picking from the banner itself. But one of the nice things about Punching Gray Raven is, like, for example, I just showed you the pity system for the character I have already selected, which is 6. And let's say I don't, I already have enough fragments for Watanabe Astro, who's an awesome character, by the way. Um, Let me look at another character that I might want to build and then go with him. So, for example, I just chose Watanabe and I'm actually looking to build him next. So, I just switched the banner over. What happens to the pity system? It stays the same. That's one of the things I really like about this game is that I can change my mind anytime and still keep the same pity system I had from the other banner, even though I changed it. Again, this is the A rank pulling banner, and this is the event one. They work very similarly. The only difference between the A rank banner and the S rank banner is that even though you can switch between the two and the pity stays the same, these banners are very limited, so they'll switch between two characters now. So if you don't have the character you want now, you might have to wait a bit longer until the banner comes back up again for the character you want. But the same rule applies from the pity banner as how it applies on the A ranking banner, and where even though the two characters might change because it's a limited banner, and then you gotta wait for the next two characters that are gonna come up for you to pull. This pity system applies even to the next two banners that are gonna come out. And again, just like I mentioned before, when it comes to choosing characters, even though I have Rosetta right now, who I want to get, but let's say I decided to change my mind and decided to go with Nanami. If I look at my PD system, it remains the same. So you can switch between the two banners from the two characters that you decide to get, and then go from there. And again, if these two characters disappear because their banner's over, and the next two characters show up, the PD system will remain the same. It will remain at the number I have it right now, 23. And that also applies to the transcendent banners. The transcendent banners, when it comes to these type of characters, uh, they're very specific characters that can only be deployed in very specific content. But these characters are pulled every 10 pulls, which is kind of nice, honestly. Like if you're looking for a specific character, like right now I was like searching up for Selena. Again, these characters are pulled every 10 pulls, which is nice. You can triple S them a lot more faster than regular construct and the regular A rank characters. Again, but the only con to these characters is that they're very limited to the content that they're being deployed currently. I have kind of sneak peeked at future content and where these characters will also be. You'll be able to mix them around and use them in any content, at the cost of reduced stats. But again, we can get that into once they do that. I can probably make a separate video if you guys are interested, showcasing those kind of changes. Again, that's kind of like the gist of the overall gacha system when it comes to punishing Grave Raven. I do understand that some players have said that because of this gacha system, it has cost Kuro Games like some income. So when it comes to future releases of characters, you're gonna see a lot more S rank characters being released, primarily because, well, S rank characters, they actually are the ones that make money over the A rank characters, because you can actually farm A rank characters. The A rank characters are actually the free to play ones, right? I'll showcase that actually. I'll showcase that here in just a second, but you'll see what I mean. Now, I won't go into the special shop, because the special shop, again, one of the things I do like about this game is that it never gives me the incentive to actually feel like I need to pay, and the pain comes from me. Like, again, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, is that it comes from me. Like, hey, thanks guys. This is actually a product I like. This is actually a game I actually enjoy playing. Here's a little money. Like, again, it's not a lot compared to other players, but it's like basically saying, no, here's like my monthly fee basically, and I'm doing it from the bottom of my heart because I actually like this game. Now, one of the things I am gonna be talking about is next. I'm gonna be talking about the overall characters. Now, this is what I mean. This is one of the things I paid for. I actually paid for this costume. It was like $11. Don't judge me. I like this character. I actually grew to like this character. But as you can see, it's just triple S. Same with Anami. I'm gonna try to slowly work on them to get them to triple S once I get certain other characters to triple S. But this is basically what I mean when A rank characters are free to play. Again, when it comes to Katarina, Nanami, Chrome, uh, Watanabe Astro, who's my favorite character, of course, and then all the A rank characters are all free to play. Like, all I had to do was just like constantly farm the interludes and gather the shards. It's painstakingly long work. It is. It takes forever, but as you're pulling for the S rank characters that you're trying to pull for in this game, when their banners come up, you'll sometimes get lucky and nab their shards as well. So that kind of boosts up how fast you can get them to triple S rank. And that's what I mean is like, yeah, maybe this little thing actually is costing Kuro Games a little bit of money in that aspect, because I took advantage of that system, and they only make real money from these characters, the S rank characters. So that's why maybe in the future, in a few months, you're gonna start seeing like a line of just S rank characters being released, because again, these are the characters that make money basically. Now, when it came to Devil May Cry, this is the main reason why I said it's very similar to Devil May Cry, primarily because of this character. She acts and plays like Virgil from Devil May Cry. If you guys understand Japanese or Chinese, you'll understand that a lot of her quotes, a lot of her like wording is basically Virgil from Devil May Cry. So it's pretty nice. Again, there is a slew of like many different characters out here that you can actually pick and choose from, especially the event ones. Whenever you see events coming up, that's when you see the pity system come out at a higher rate for those characters when the new ones come out. And it kind of gives you a small incentive that maybe I should pay a little bit extra because when they come out later in the year, maybe they might be more expensive or a little bit more difficult to obtain. They are doing like collaboration events. As you can see, I got A2, and of course I got 9S somewhere down here. 9S. Unfortunately, I did not have enough black cards to pull on 2B. I don't feel bad because they told me that even though she's kind of like a luxury character, but I do feel bad I didn't nab her though. It's kind of like eh. And this is of course the Rosetta, the one I'm trying to get. So as you can see, there is a very wide range of different characters, male and female, which is actually something I really like in games when they have both sexes, and then you can actually go around and just pick the characters you want and just build the ones you want. So again, that's actually something I really like about Punishing Gray Raven's character designs is that they're very sleek, they're very well designed. I really like the graphics of this game. This is awesome, awesome looking character. Again, they're very sleek designs. When it comes to like the costumes and whatnot, these costumes like ones you see right here. This is another way that Kuro Games makes money is of course the limited costumes, and of course these are a little bit more expensive than what people might want to pay for costumes. But again, like I said before, the game doesn't really give you a huge incentive to pay, so that when something like this actually comes up, I don't mind paying for it. Again, I bought a costume for $12, and then this one cost me 50. There are some costumes prices that are a little bit more questionable, where one is like $100. So like, yeah, I'm not paying for that. I'm not gonna pay $100 for a costume, but I was more than happy to pay $50 for this one because I love Bianca. Yeah, Bianca's very cool design. Now that I talked about the overall characters, I'm gonna talk about the overall story. Again, the story of Punishing Grey Raven is actually pretty lengthy, as you can see right here. We're at chapter 13. It actually goes a little bit more further than chapter 13 because of course we had the event. I'm not sure if they're gonna be releasing the event chapters or maybe it is an extra story. It is an extra story. Okay, cool. So as you can see right here we're in Echo Aria currently, and of course we have the other like special events like Frozen Darkness, Grand Blue, etc. These are like the extra events that we've had, and then of course for the main story, where's the main story? This is the main story chapters. So it's constantly updating. Again, we are a year and some months behind the Chinese version, so they're quickly trying to release event after event after event until we catch up to them, and then once we're caught up to them, then we'll be squared off with them, and then we'll see events being released alongside them. So there's something to look forward to. Again, when it comes to the overall aspects of the story, I do like the story. I think the story is actually pretty interesting. One thing I don't like about it so far is the fact that it's all text. So if you guys have you gotta make a little bit extra room in your day to actually sit back, uh, not only just play the story but actually read the story. It's a lot of texting, it's a lot of reading, but it's actually a pretty nice story so far. I am pretty much enjoying the story of Punishing Grey Raven. Now, when it comes to the overall content itself, again, you have many content. I did talk about the interludes. This is basically where I'm farming the A rank character shards to, get them to S rank, double S, triple S, etc., and so on. Again, you can only do that for A rank characters, but it's a nice little place right here because you guys are free to play. Just level up those A rank characters and just go from there. As for like basic content and where you're looking to basically score high, of course you got Warzone, which I've showcased already on those little short videos. That's basically Warzone, and where you're trying to take out waves as fast as possible in order to rank up as high a score as you possibly can. And of course Phantom Pancake, which is basically like World Boss in its own sense, I guess, quote unquote. Again, this is all PvE aspects. I still haven't even finished it. I gotta finish this. I gotta finish Pancake. And again, this is the same as Warzone, and when you're trying to deal as much damage as possible to the boss, while at the same time trying not to take as much damage and trying to defeat the boss as fast as possible. Again, I'm playing on Ultimate. I shouldn't do this because I'm semi I'm paying some stuff, but I'm not a big whale. I shouldn't be doing this to myself. I'm punishing myself. And of course, there's other contents as well in which the you know they'll constantly be releasing like little extra different type of content that you can play. It says right here this is a beta. It's called the Norman Revival Plan. So far, I like it. It's not so bad. It is very difficult, even for me that I've been playing over a year. It is very difficult for me. And there's other aspects. Of course, you got the Golden Vortex, the Border Pack, Cecilia's class, which is like it's almost like a tutorial, etc. Operation Guardians and the memory rescues. Some you'll be done and done with, and then that's it for that content. And of course, you have like, and then of course, when it comes to extra content, because they're releasing events after events after events. You're gonna see yourself also going through the events itself. Right now we're in Echo Aria. So far, this story is actually probably the best one I've read so far when it comes to Punching Gray Raven. It is very kind of like it is a bit of a tearjerker, which is kind of nice to see. Um, and there's also something I want to bring up on the story of Punching Gray Raven is that it does touch more upon adult content, and by adult content I mean like there is blood, there is a lot of characters dying, there is some aspect or like some suggested use of drugs. So it is kind of like a nice little change of pace, and where you're seeing like different, more mature, I guess not adult, but I guess more mature content in the story based of it. So it's kind of nice, honestly. I always having all happy sunshine stuff, or is a good against evil black and white stuff. I do like this better when it comes to the storytelling of Punishing Gray Raven. And of course, something you've probably noticed so far is the music in Punishing Gray Raven is also very relaxing in its own way. Um, it's a challenge, and like that's something I noticed even from this, like the music of Punching the Raven is it's actually very well made. I actually do like it. Uh, like I said before, this content right here that they released, it's cool. I really do like it, but god damn it, it's hard. It's really hard, even for me. Um, Again, I just talked about the overall content that there is in Punching Gray Raven. Uh, I did talk about the characters a little bit, not too deep into the characters. I did talk about the Gacha system. I talked about the story. I talked about the pity system of Punching Gray Raven. Again, I think the pity system and the Gacha system in this game are actually by far probably the best that I've seen so far in any Gacha game that I've been playing a lot of Gacha games so far, and so far this is the only game that's actually kept my attention for well over a year. So this is actually a really nice product. Now, now that I talked about everything else, I am going to talk about, like, again, because the Chinese side, the Chinese version of this game is about a year and some months ahead. Do expect a lot of content to come out, and by what I mean about a year and so months ahead, I do mean it's 12 more months of constant release of content. So it's kind of nice, and seeing that the Chinese version is also continually releasing is still continually releasing chapters. It does look like a nice little bright future for Kuro Games in the upcoming, well, in the upcoming months, and hopefully in the upcoming years. Now, the other reason why I'm also playing Punishing Gray Raven is, of course, Kuro Games is currently working on a new game. Some players call it a Genshin clone, even though Genshin didn't invent that playstyle or like that the gaming world that they're using. If people just want to call it a Genshin clone, but the game's called Wuthering Waves, and that's why I'm following Kuro Games right now. Is because like I really love the product that they've made with Punch Gray Raven. That I'll be more than happy to go in and jump in upon the release of Wuthering Waves. Again, I'll be posting a link down in the description below in case you guys don't know what Wuthering Waves is and you guys want to know a little bit more about it, or maybe you guys don't want to pick up Punishing Gray Raven, but you might be looking forward to Wuthering Waves. Either or, I'm gonna post a link down in the description below, and where you can actually check out a video for Wuthering Waves. And of course, I'm gonna be talking about the two content creators that I talked about. If you guys are looking for guides for Punishing Gray Raven, one content creator for guides and actually who actually talks about the characters, talks about just basically how to build characters and actual content. I suggest going to the player named Rexlent, who's by far, in my honest opinion, is like the guy to go to for guides. And if you guys are looking for more of a roadmap to look forward to more, future content of Punishing Gray Raven, to kind of get a sneak peek about what to expect for either this upcoming event or for what's ever coming up for the year of for Punishing Gray Raven, I'm going to be posting down a link to the channel for the player Chaotic, who does again, these are the two players I actually go to and watch in case I'm stuck or maybe I'm a little bit curious about what's coming up. I go to those two content creators for just a little bit extra stuff here and there. Now, and then lastly is of course the Discord. If you guys are if you guys are interested in finding out more about Punching a Gray Raven, you can visit my Discord. I have a section separate just for this game, so it's not mixed with any other games that I'm playing with at the current moment. And if you actually do like what you see, then you guys from my Discord can then join the Punching Gray Ravens official Discording, where we have a very big, massive community, very active community, and where it's just players having fun, looking at like basically let's call it fan art. If you guys are looking more into the like the lore of the game, you gotta ask questions. Maybe you guys don't understand the story so well, or maybe you're just like the average player, just skips the story and doesn't know what's going on, but you're still curious about it. They have a section just for that in the official Discord, and that should be it, guys. That is my overall review of Punishing Gray Raven. Again, Punishing Gray Raven is not for everyone. It's definitely not a game that a lot of people will be able to pick up and say, yeah, this is the game. In my honest opinion, should you try it? I think you should try it. If you guys don't like Punching Gray Raven, and like I mentioned before, if you like what you see from Wuthering Waves, which again, remember, is made by the same developers. If you like what Wuthering Waves looks like, yeah, you can actually keep up with me on that one upon its release, because that's a game I'm definitely going to pick up, because again, I'm very content with how Kuro Games is handling Punishing Grey Raven. I like the fact that nothing has changed from year one till the future. It's always remained the same. And I really appreciate that for Kuro Games, and I'm actually looking forward to supporting their content, whether it be Punishing Grey Raven or in the future Wuthering Waves. That should be it for my 1 year review of Punishing Grey Raven. If you have any questions, please ask down in the comment section below. And that should be it. I really hope you like this video. If you do, please like and share. If you like it a lot, please subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care, guys.